Before we jump in, if you're serious about building a sustainable career in music, take a moment to like
Yeah,
this
I will
video
say
and
this,
subscribe to
like an
FiXT
art
Academy. We
project,
bring
right?
in
Like your
actual
music or one's
operators from
music,
within the
it's a
industry to
mirror like
share
no
practical
other. And
insights
I've
into the
learned
pro
that
writing.
by committing to it fully, like there's a lot of healing that happens, but before you heal, like it is to hurt before it is to heal. That's a line from the movie The Neverending Story that always kind of stayed in my brain. But yeah, it's true. Like it is to hurt before it is to heal. Before you can confront certain things, it really makes you take a look at like your emotional and subconscious mirror of like, damn, I overthink a lot, don't I? Or damn, I'm a perfectionist, or like, damn, I am not kind to myself. That's a big one I'm working on right now. Like, I am so unkind to myself in a lot of ways. But also, I think it's important to know like when there's certain things that like have to be had. For example, like I played a show recently and my girlfriend was like, you don't seem to be enjoying this music thing. Like I thought like this was supposed to be fun, right? I was like, hold on, there's a difference. Like my last show I played, I had this whole like live electronic rig, and I was like, when you fly a plane that you just built on its first test flight, you're not looking for the joy. You're just making sure this thing doesn't explode. So it's just like high cognitive load. But she revealed to me, she's like, maybe the joy is in like the overall ascent necessarily, right? Maybe it's just the idea that like you gave yourself time to build the goddamn airplane, even if it's all like rinky dinky right now, and it barely made its first flight. I was like, that's more. I think that's it. It's like I still all my days count. Like Ethan Hawke was on a podcast recently. He had a loose quote, but I'll paraphrase the idea that like people's lives happen on the periphery of their employment. And that's I see a lot of that. People are just kind of waiting for the weekend, kind of waiting for their one vacation, and then they get back to work and they're droning, they go watch Netflix. At the very least, despite all this anxiety I'm experiencing, I know that every day is happening to me. Every day is like, cool, I got another day to work on just that. Barely, but just that. And I feel like most people don't even give themselves the opportunity to even find out what the hell that is for them, let alone, do it.
I think it's very courageous what you're doing. I also think I can see the pressure in it. I mean, that hurts. I'm just thinking about it, but I didn't do that because I don't think I'm courageous enough. I always let all the other things that I am permeate my music and who I sort of, it's all synergistic to me. Like I sort of don't worry about the fact that now I'm going backwards. I'm now a marketer as well, and a guy in a band that just did music and sold millions of albums. And I've had that other success. But I realize nowadays there isn't that entity. The old school concept of a record label and everything doesn't exist. And the old school concept of success doesn't necessarily exist. And the new concept is like most musicians that I know that are doing it, they really are a combination of all these skills put together that don't seem like they would normally have anything to do with one another. And for musicians, a magic combo is understanding the marketing side. Even if you're going to hire a company to do it or have a label relationship, at this point now, all the relationships that I have, labels that we end up either partnering with or doing something with, or agents or tours that we get on, part of my relationship in all of it is the fact that I bring all these other skills to the table, that I can do the books for a tour if I needed to. And a lot of times I do, and I can do a lot of agent jobs and management jobs, and I can do complex social media ad buys and things like that. And it doesn't mean I want to do it all the time. And I am in this room surrounded by all this, beautiful gear. And I did do music today and yesterday, but there are weeks where, I don't make one sound on those keyboards, and it does bug me a little bit. But, I think about my old life and my old career and the way that I just told you guys how much time I spent drinking and distracting and chasing women and doing all sorts of these things that was, fun at the time. I just think that what you're doing it's very courageous to focus on this and work on this every day. And I didn't do that. And I still don't do that. And I still feel like I'm kind of, I don't know if it's resigned or maybe accepting that a lot of the things that I am are this thing. Right now I create this music, I get some songs done, and then I'm immediately working on the rollout plan, and it's all this, and even if I have people working for me and with me, they're all, I'm sort of like the CEO of Ryan's music, the different bands that I'm in and stuff like that. And it's gotten to a point now where part of the fun is, I think I've always been, in Orgy and all the things I've done, I'm a visual artist as well, which is marketing, right? So now I just kind of like, it's holistic to me. It's all just part of what we're doing when I'm writing a music and we're creating a body of work. I'm already thinking of a video that we can create and then how it can be broken down into marketable pieces for the single marketing for meta ad buys, we can do these 15 to 20-second long sections, right? It's probably like, but my brain is it's just part of writing the song now and everything too, because, to do this for a living, we have to figure out how to make money from it, which is brutal, you know? So
Yeah,
I
and
think you're like such a skilled, powerful person, you know? So I admire it, but I also see the pain.
I
You know,
appreciate
that's
that.
very hard what you've done to try to turn that off. I'm not capable.
If you found this conversation to be valuable, please take a moment to like the video and make sure you're subscribed. It helps more independent artists discover these conversations. FiXT Academy is also supported by our Patreon members. If you want deeper conversations, extended sessions, and direct access to what we're building here, you can join us there. The link is in the description.